So what are we doing, Link?
Going to soccer.
Going to soccer. You gonna play hard today?
Yeah.
All right. Gonna
Harder than anyone.
Harder than anyone, right?
Yeah.
Gonna have a lot of fun?
Yeah.
All right. Say bye, everybody.
Bye. Push everybody out of the way.
You're gonna push everybody out of the way? Who taught you that?
My daddy.
Get the ball. Come here, come here. When she kicks it, you did it. Come here, Blue. Get it, get it, get it. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Out on the Ranch. I'm Dr. Lee, and it's another beautiful day in South Texas, although it's just a little toasty today. 96 degrees where I'm standing right now. If you venture out into that unshaded area out there, it's around 375 at least. One of my friends told me one time, he said, South Texas, well, at least it's a dry heat. And I said, yeah, and so is an oven. But man, it's a brutal summer already. You can tell by looking at that pasture out there that everything is already drying up. And here's a close-up look at what the ground really looks like when you get up on it. And we rarely see these cracks developing until August. And even in August, we still have another 6 weeks, 8 weeks sometimes of really, really hot temperatures. So to see that starting this early in the year is a bit scary. We've had some summers where we had multiple 100-degree plus days over and over and over, and man, it gets hard to take after a while. So anyway, I hope the weather's good where you are. I hope it's not nearly as brutal. The school year is over, and so is soccer, so Lincoln has been unleashed on the world for the summer. For all of you folks who coach young people in their sports, man, my hat is off to you. Thank you so much for what you do. It really, really helps teach teamwork, cooperation, and just makes better adults out of kids. So thank you so much for all your sacrifices. I know that's not always an easy task. We continue to have a great bumper crop of little babies, and the little deer are really doing good. They're coming along. We've got one family with triplets. We've got several little mamas that are carrying 2 babies around with them. Not carrying, chaperoning 2 babies, and a lot of the younger first-year moms, they're all carrying singles. On their first year, they only have 1 baby, and after that, you get into the multiples. They can have up to 4. I've never seen quads, but it could happen. But we'll keep our eyes open and the cameras rolling. The little babies are doing good. And this little baby right here has just run into a spotted baby giant deer in her mind. She's never seen a spotted baby that big. Actually, that's not a baby. That is an axis doe. For those of you that haven't seen axis, that's not a fawn. They keep their spots forever. So that little baby got out of there in a hurry, and wherever the baby goes, mama's close behind. All you moms out there know how that works, huh? But all the babies look good. They're nice and healthy. They're well hydrated. The creek has a lot of water in it still, and they've got plenty of body fat on them. The moms are making a lot of milk, and the moms are looking good. All their hair coats look good, bright and shiny, and the little babies are really, really active. So everything's going good as far as our little deer herd is concerned. And one interesting thing we have seen this year that we haven't seen in many years is the return of the Rio Grande wild turkeys. They're an interesting species. They lay, these are hens right here, and they lay about 10 to 12 eggs apiece. And unfortunately, less than 25% of the eggs survive. And of the eggs that do hatch, less than 5% of the poults of baby turkeys survive. So that's why they lay so many of them. But it's guys like these that come along and cause a whole bunch of trouble. And we have seen a resurgence in the coyotes. This one particular coyote right here looks really, really rough. And he's got scabies, which is a type of mange And man, he is itchy. I've got videos of him just sitting and scratching and scratching and scratching. He just cannot get comfortable. And the other one doesn't look too good. She looks a little bit unhealthy as well. So they're having a little bit of trouble right now. It's funny, all of our rabbits started disappearing, and about the time they were all gone, I noticed all the coyotes were gone too. So they all came in. I don't know if they ate the rabbits or if they just chased them off. And when the rabbits left, they had no reason to stay. But anyway, the Rio Grande turkeys are here, and it's kind of interesting. They lay their eggs. Their eggs are all back in this forest right through here. They're all back there. And that first video was taken about 50 feet right over there. And I saw that one turkey coming out of that heavy field. And she went that way, and there were two other turkeys out there, and I got behind them with the camera, and they were letting me get closer to them than I've ever been able to get before. And I thought, this is great. Are they just getting used to me? And I followed them all the way across that pasture, got to the other end of that pasture, and then I realized they flat outsmarted me. They were taking me away from their eggs, which are back there. So got outsmarted by a turkey. That'll tell you something, won't it? And the very next day, I was in that pasture right over there. Marty and I were out. It was just before dark, and this little guy just came lumbering out in front of Marty and I, and I had to call Marty off of him because, you know, Marty in his mind is 10 foot tall and bulletproof, and he knows since Bud is gone, he is 100% in charge of ranch security. So he was going to go kick that porcupine's butt. No two ways about it. So I had to call him off. Fortunately, he minded and came back to me. But I followed that porcupine around for 2 or 3 minutes, and he finally went back into the brush and hid. So anyway, crazy little guys. You can see there's been some predators, probably some of those coyotes, took a bunch of quills out of his back end, off the top of his back toward his rump. There's not many quills there, so some of the animals have been surprised when they got a mouthful of porcupine. And guys, I've been putting off getting to this part of the video for obvious reasons. This next video segment is really, really grisly, and the story behind it is horrible as well. For those of you who can't tolerate injured animals and pathology, this will be a time you'll want to turn your head from the screen, and I'll tell you when you can turn it back. But this is a text right here that I got from one of my friends who has a dog rescue in San Antonio. She's part of a network of people, and they do some really, really good things behind the scenes to get dogs that have been neglected and injured, and they get them to vets and get them patched up. So God bless them. They do a wonderful job. But she sent me this text right here, and I read it, and I thought, holy cow, what have we got ourselves into this time? This is just hard to believe. And after I read her little text right here, then this was the body of the letter that went with it from another rescue lady who sent it to my friend. And basically, it looks like what we have here is some person down in a South Texas town, and I cannot disclose the name of the town or the area, but it's down on the border, and we've got a person down there that is stabbing animals. And this particular little dog right here, okay, and this is time you need to turn your head. This little dog right here, they slashed this dog's throat and threw it out of an automobile. And at the same time, there was another dog that came in that had multiple stab wounds too. So, man, we've got some problems going on. And, you know, I'm a veterinarian, and, you know, I signed on for this, and I took an oath, but boy, sometimes it's a hard job. And when you see little old dogs like this that just get mutilated, it's a pretty sickening thing. But okay, you guys, if you've turned your head, you can turn back now. But anyway, guys, I saved that to last because I didn't really know where to go with it. I started not to even put it in here, and then I thought, no, people need to see this. If she called me and asked me if I'd take the dog, and I said yes. I did not have time to contact Abandoned Pet Project. That's who funds Vet Ranch. I did not have time to contact them, but I thought, man, if if they can't come through with the money, we'll take care of it somehow. But I've done this before for Vet Ranch, and just taking one out on faith, just thinking, surely the people will cover this bill. And man, the money just fell out of the sky. So I'm not really worried about it, but if it is, we'll take care of it. It doesn't really matter. This little dog needs some help. So I haven't heard back. This all took place last night. And like I said, it will be a Vet Ranch dog. If it does come in, I'll put it on Vet Ranch so you can see the whole thing and the images won't be blurred out. And you can see the case from start to finish. So anyway, I thought you might, I can't say enjoy it, but it is an interesting case. It's a sad and shocking case. And I know you guys would appreciate the gravity of this case. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for helping us help dogs like this. Without you, we couldn't do it. So thank you very much for that. And I'm sorry to be Debbie Downer right here at the end of the video. But anyway, one last thing. You all asked me about Uncle Floyd. After the last video, I told you that he had to institutionalize his wife in a mental memory care unit where they take people with Alzheimer's and dementia. And she will be in there the rest of her life, and it is a sad, sad, terrible thing. And it has been a brutal life for Uncle Floyd for the last several months. And he's really been going beyond the call to do everything he could for his sweet bride. So he is really depressed. He's really sad right now. And I appreciate all the comments that you guys left last time, and I appreciate all the concern and the prayers that you guys offered up as well. Oh, by the way, I was in his house yesterday, and I saw this picture, and I thought you guys would enjoy seeing what Floyd looked like when he enlisted in the Navy. So there's good looking, handsome Uncle Floyd back in the day. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for dropping by on Out on the Ranch. I appreciate you guys stopping by to say hi. I appreciate all the wonderful comments you guys leave. And as always, I appreciate the way you take care of one another in the comment section too. Thanks a lot. I hope you're having a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Always remember, I love you, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye now. So what you doing there, Al?
Neutering a dog, Dad.
All right. Who's gonna learn you?
That's a mistake.